Hello, all my Capricorn friends. This is Maxine Taylor, and I have got your beautiful forecast for November right here. And I'm going to share it with you in just a second. I've just got a couple of announcements that some of you have asked me about. Okay. First of all, my latest book. My first non-astrological book was called Move into the Magic. This book gets you there. It's called Secrets from the Womb. That pretty much tells it. And it is subtitled The Hidden Pact That Runs Your Life. This book came about because I asked Spirit, why we, and I include myself, why we can't stay in the magic, the 0 point field, the quantum field, the ecstasy, the joy. Words can't even begin to express it. Why can't some people say the present? That word doesn't even begin to describe the truth. And I call it the magic. This book is not necessarily for everybody. This book was written for the spiritual student who is on the path and is so sick of seeing his or her or their movie, which we call life. The same story, same predictable story with the same beginning and the same ending, which describes our lives. We can move out of it and it's just ecstasy. And then somebody punches our button and we're back in our story. And I had to know why. So I became my own lab rat. And this book is what came out of it. I have testimonials from my students and clients who, at the first step, were blown away by what they were seeing. By the second step, they couldn't believe it at all. And by the third step, you'd have to read it. But some of you may not want to read a book. I have a dear friend who is a computer genius. He says, I look at a screen and read a screen all day long. I don't want to read a book. If you prefer a face-to-face meeting with me, super. Just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com, and we will set up an appointment so that you and I can get together and I can help you move through those 3 steps. You will need very little help because they are in their natural sequence, and I will guide you. Okay. Now, second item of business. So many of you have asked me when I'm going to start a new series of astrology classes. That will be in January. It'll be on my website. If you have signed up and are on my mailing list, you will get a notification. If you're not on my mailing list, go ahead and join up, and I will put your name on the potential class roster. I'll start with beginning astrology. It will flow naturally into intermediate and then into advanced. Okay, very simple. Now, some of you, again, may not want to take it in a group. You really want my undivided attention. Cool. I have what some of you know that before COVID, I was mentoring people, and I just loved that because I could create sessions that applied 100% to the person I was talking to, and they loved it also. COVID came along, you know the rest of that. I am resurrecting. I have already started resurrecting my mentoring program. And so if you are interested, again, MaxineTaylor.com. Let's do it. Now, let's look at your forecast. Let me make sure. Yes. All right. Good old Mercury's getting ready to go retrograde again. It's in the shadow of the retrograde starting November 25th. When it's in the shadow of the retrograde, it feels like it's retrograde, meaning everything is confused. Mercury rules our mouth and our minds. Some days, I think Mercury's retrograde. It isn't even near retro, but it feels that way. Well, when Mercury's in the shadow of the retrograde, you feel it because it feels just as confused as it does when it is actually retrograde. And so prior to going retrograde, Mercury moves into the shadow. Then it goes retro. Then it goes direct in motion, meaning it moves forward. It moves out of retrograde. And that is followed by the second shadow. And it still feels like Mercury's retrograde, but you can start new projects during the shadow if you have the time, because when Mercury is in the shadow of the retrograde, it feels just like the retrograde itself. And you're called to take care of this thing and that thing and this person and that person. So you're basically asking, is Mercury retrograde? And I get a lot of people asking me that. And I'll say, no, it's in the shadow. That will happen in December, next month. It's just amazing to me. Absolutely amazing. So join me in December. All right, let's talk about this beautiful chart. First of all, Jupiter, the greater benefic. It brings blessings, abundance, joy. It's in your 5th house of children and fun. Okay? So it's retrograde. That means it's not really functioning at peak performance. When it goes direct, which it will the last day of this year, then the fun starts for real. And then the blessings that your child or children bring will be expanding. Jupiter, think jovial. Jupiter, think laughter. Okay. And truth and honor and yes, money. Let's move over to the next benefic. Jupiter is the greater benefic. There's Venus, the pink planet at the top of the chart. Venus rules love and money and beauty. It's in your 9th house of belief systems. And so your whole belief system is more loving. You know how we go through a period like that once a year with Venus in our 9th house, whether it's our solar chart or our actual natal chart. On the 8th of the month, Venus in the 9th, you want to get on a plane and go someplace long distance. With the world being what it is, think twice about that before you do it, okay? You may want to create a place to study something that gives you a higher degree. If you have your master's, you might want to get your doctorate, that type of thing. Now, on the 8th, Venus moves into your 10th house of your career and public image, and you appear to be a loving leader. You are enjoying the limelight. You are enjoying the leadership, so go for it. Now, look over here. The yellow planet is the sun, the center of our lives. It is in the 11th house of the humanitarian. It is the center of our life. The 11th house is our friends, our group activities, our hopes, our wishes. Primarily, we are a friend to all. And on the 22nd, the sun moves into your 12th house, and you say, go away, world, I need my solitude and privacy. If you do not get some solitude and privacy, you'll want more sleep. You have to get away from the world and the demands it makes upon you. This is the spirit plane. And so you will have the comfort, if you meditate, of really being in touch with the spirit plane. Beautiful. Mercury is the blue planet. Wherever it is, that's what we think about and talk about. Well, look, it's in your 11th house of friends. And so you're talking to your friends, you're talking about your friends. It's your hopes and your wishes for yourself as well. I love the 11th house. I think it's super. On the 10th, yep, on the 10th, I can only wear those close up. Mercury moves into the 12th house, and you have no idea what you're thinking because it's in the subconscious mind. And so the Mercury is the conscious mind in the subconscious house. When Mercury comes out of that 12th house, you'll have clarity. Okay, but for this month, it's in the 12th house. So is Mars, the warrior. Wherever Mars is what you fight with and fight for. Don't you love it? It's what is number one to you. So we've got the center of our life, the center of your life, and what you'll fight with or for, and what is number one to you in the same house. So your friends are everything to you this month, and you will fight with them and for them. Now on the 24th, Mars moves into your 12th house, and you say, go away, world. I want to sleep. I want to meditate. Don't disturb me. You may find yourself being moody. If you do, find something to do that you can, if you had a baseball bat, that you could play baseball, that you hit that baseball, or football, something active, because Mars can be anger. And if you stuff it, it's depression. So you want to hit that ball with that bat. Okay. Now the new moon and the full moon sorry, I was not driving you crazy here. On the 13th of November, we have the new moon, and that's when the energy starts growing. It's in 20 degrees Scorpio, 44 minutes. Find that in your natal chart, and you'll have the whole picture. This helps you make new friends as well as reconnect with old friends. It's really great. And the new moon brings energy. And for 2 weeks, the moon grows. You can see it when you look in the night sky. Until at approximately the 2-week mark, we have a full moon. And that's when things come to a head. This can be great. This can be the job, for example, you've been waiting for because it's in your 6th house. This full moon is what I'm talking about. November 27th, the full moon is in 4 Gemini 51. This can get you the job you want. This can get you the health you want. Yay. Go for it. This will keep you busy. You will not be bored. So that's your forecast for November. I hope that you will have a beautiful forecast, a beautiful November. And I hope you'll join me in December when we end the year with your forecast. Till then. May the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now, guys. There we go.